Hi, this is Joby Provido, and you're listening to Contemplating the Rosary, where we talk about how to pray the Holy Rosary even better. In 104 episodes, over 4 seasons, we will explore a method of how to say the Rosary the way Pope St. John Paul II, Pope Paul VI, and other Rosary advocates recommend, and that's by contemplating the mysteries while we say the Our Father, Hail Mary, and Glory Be. This podcast is based on the book Beyond the Veil, Contemplating the Mysteries of the Holy Rosary, available at Lazada in the Philippines and in print or Kindle on Amazon, wherever you are. Visit kindlingspress.com for more information and where you can read and download the episode guide. This is episode 67 of the series, the 14th episode of season 3. It's nice to have you back here listening in on how we can pray the Rosary the contemplative way. Today we'll be exploring the first sorrowful mystery, the agony in the garden. We will focus on a theme of how part of this mystery can be a microcosm of humankind's response to God. To do this, let's put ourselves in Gethsemane. The moon is full, and our Lord has asked His 3 closest apostles to pray with Him. The 3 follow Him, while the other apostles stayed in one part of the garden not too far away. When Jesus finds a spot, He stops and tells the 3 to watch with Him. He walks a little bit forward and prostrates Himself on the ground. The 3 apostles can surely see this because they aren't far away, and the moon is full. Jews normally pray standing up, and the position of our Lord prostrated on the ground is seen as an act of deep reverence. Our Lord is divine, yes, but He is also 100% human. Any human will despise any form of pain or suffering, and because our Lord is human, He naturally dislikes the prospect of being tortured and crucified. In fact, our salvation depends on this. If it were not so terrible, it wouldn't be a difficult decision to accept it, and therefore, it wouldn't be a sacrifice at all. So, we must imagine our Lord talking to the Father, asking Him, begging Him, imploring Him to take this choice away from Him. Our Lord asked, "Father, please let this cup pass." How poetic that our Lord refers to His passion as a cup of wine that is the fruit of the vine. This is the tipping point of our salvation. That's because in another garden, Adam was forbidden to eat a certain fruit. He was tempted and ate, and in Gethsemane, this garden, the Father is asking the Son to take this cup, this fruit of the vine. It is a moment of great temptation to reject what the Father wants, because it includes suffering, and in our Lord's distress, blood drips from His skin the way perspiration would come out of our skin. But one way to repair our relationship with God is if the action of the former Adam is reversed by the action of the new Adam. So, even if the temptation must have been so great to reject this cup, even if this fruit that our Lord was asked to take is so distasteful, He tells the Father, "Not my will be done, but yours." It is done. The disobedience of Adam is reversed by the obedience of Christ. Our Lord is docile after this. He goes meekly to His death. But wait, when our Lord looks at the apostles, they are asleep. We can probably understand that they just had dinner, they had wine, and they trekked to the vineyard, which is on a mountainside. And if we were in their place, we probably would also be tired. And since it was night, the body wants to rest, and so the apostles fell asleep. We have to see the irony in it that here, at the turning point of our salvation, the apostles kept falling asleep when they were supposed to keep watch. 3 times Christ found them asleep, and 3 times He had to wake them up. He said, "Watch and pray that you may not undergo the test." Christ was calling them to vigilance, but all they seemed to be able to do is to get drowsy. It seems they could not rouse themselves into alertness. So here in this vineyard, we see a microcosm of what happens in the larger world. Sometimes we live in a state of drowsiness when we close our eyes to the evil that is around us. It is as if it's easier to ignore it and deceive ourselves that things are not so bad. In this numbed state, we can live a more comfortable existence if the monsters are out of sight. But even if we choose to ignore evil, it is still there, nevertheless. And Christ is asking us to wake up and battle evil in all its forms. Here at the threshold of the Passion, our Lord invited humanity in the persons of the apostles to participate in accepting responsibility for sin. They could do this because the economy of prayer benefits all, and our Lord was hoping they would pray for him as he went through this agony in the garden. But that isn't what happened. The apostles missed this point in salvation history when the tide was about to turn, when Adam's disobedience was reversed. They were called to witness it, and they missed it. Let's focus on the face of our Lord, how sad his face must have been, knowing his closest 3 apostles missed this moment. His heart must have been broken. God had been influencing all of time and space to come together for this moment, and they missed it. How can we console our Lord? Maybe we can be awake and imagine every moment of this mystery. If the apostles didn't witness it, let's witness it with our minds. Let's put ourselves there in the garden with our Lord. That's our episode today. Don't forget to like this episode, click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be notified when the next episode drops. As always, this podcast is brought to you by thecatholictalks.com and kindlingspress.com, where you can read more articles on the Catholic faith and find more books on Catholicism. This has been Joby Provido. I'll say goodbye for now, and please join me again next time when we can learn to pray the Rosary better. Bye-bye.